Hello everybody, welcome back to Making It Up. I'm Isa and today I'm starting a new series here on the channel where I pick specific makeup trends and makeup looks and I break them down and give you all the makeup essentials that you need to create them. I'm obviously going to be starting off with the no makeup look, the minimalistic makeup look, whatever you want to call it. It's a look very near and dear to my heart and I know a lot of people out there love it as well. So if you're starting out in makeup and you want to experiment with this look, or you've been wanting to do a no makeup look but the products that you're using or something's going on and it's not looking great on your face, this is a video for you, my friend, because as I said, I'm gonna be breaking this down step by step. I will be giving you some product recommendations if you're in need of some guidance. So if you want your makeup to look like this, then make sure to keep watching because I'm about to show you how. Now, I think for any makeup look out there, skin prep is the most important step. If you're taking good care of your skin, hydrating it properly, anything that you put on top of your skin is gonna look amazing. Makeup is not gonna change the way your skin looks if you're not taking proper care of it. But I think specifically for this look, because it is very sheer and natural, you definitely need to pay attention to your skin prep. If you're already doing your skin prep and you feel like your skin needs a little bit more of an oomph, I say that's where primers come in. I personally don't really use a primer when I'm doing like my daily no makeup look, but if you want something to maybe give you a little bit more radiance, or maybe you are very oily and you want something to make sure the oils are at bay, then a primer is a great way to go. I want to recommend two that I think cater to everyone and make your makeup last a little longer. The first one is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. Such a great primer. You can use it without any makeup, so if you just want that kind of like healthy, radiant look, you can apply that and no makeup on top. But if you apply makeup on top, then it's gonna make sure to grip that makeup and make it last a lot longer than if you were wearing nothing. If you want something that's a little bit more affordable, I would say the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer is literally a dupe for the Milk Makeup one. It kind of does the exact same thing, but it is very, very affordable. So if you want to experiment, you can try that one first and see how it goes. But yeah, those two I think would give you an extra oomph, a boost to your makeup and make it last longer. One of the keys to the no makeup look is making sure you have a very, very light base, maybe something to just even out. And you can achieve that two different ways, with a skin tint or a concealer, or you can add both if you feel like you need to. Let's talk about skin tints first. You obviously want something that is very low coverage, kind of sheer. I'm gonna give you a few options here. The first one I want to give you is the sheerest one. It's the Summer Fridays Sheer Skin Tint with Hyaluronic Acid and Squalane. This is just gonna make sure to even out your skin, and it's gonna add some extra hydration with the squalane and hyaluronic acid. It wears well throughout the day. I would say this is perfect if you have more normal to dry skin. Maybe if you're oilier, all the hydrating ingredients might be a little too much for you, but I would say try it out. This will give you a very, very, very sheer look. So that's what you're going for. You feel like you don't need to cover a lot, then by all means, this is a great one to start with. If you want a drugstore option, I would recommend the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. As you can see, I love this a lot. I've used it so much and it's great. It has a little bit of like a reflective pearliness, but it doesn't translate on the skin. It wears very well throughout the day and it literally, you apply it and it looks like your skin. This one you can build up a little bit if you need more coverage, like upon first application, it's gonna be pretty sheer. If you want a little bit of that extra coverage, this one you can build up a little bit more. Now to my personal favorite at the moment, the iconic London Super Smoother Blurring Skin Tint. Don't let the name deter you. I know like blurring makes it sound like it's gonna be matte and it's gonna, you know, take care of those pores, and it will take care of the pores in a very simple way, but it is not matte at all. You apply this, it looks so nice upon first application. Again, pretty sheer, it just evens out the skin. And my favorite thing about this is that as the day goes by, this wears incredible. It looks better with wear. Like at the end of the day, it's not gonna look super oily or dewy, and it's not gonna look dry either. It's just, it will mimic your skin. It's insane. It's so beautiful. You can wear it for hours on end, and it will wear better as the day goes by. There are endless amounts of skin tints out there that you can pick and choose from. You probably might already have one as well. And if you don't want to invest because you're just trying this out, grab a little bit of your foundation, add it to a moisturizer, mix it up and put it on, and that's gonna give you a similar look as well. Now moving on to concealer. You can add a skin tint and then add your concealer. If you're not in the mood for that, you can just add a concealer. I will say though, usually when you're looking for a concealer, you wanna go like a shade or two lighter to add a bit of that highlight. In this case, you want it to be as close a match as your skin as possible so that you can apply it everywhere and not highlight any unwanted areas. So I have a few here to show you. The Glowish by Huda Beauty Bright Light Sheer Concealer. This is one of my favorites at the moment. It's what I have on today. This is sheer. And you might be saying, like, what is the point of a sheer concealer? Let me tell you, this is more radiant, so you can apply this under your eyes and it will not necessarily cover them. It has, as I said, like a very little pigment, but it has a reflectiveness to it that just makes your eyes go like boom, like your under eyes will be hidden because they will be radiant. Okay, it's insane. It kind of wakes you up. I don't know how to explain it. You can kind of see it in the try on because I have it on today. It kind of adds a little bit of that extra oomph without adding any coverage. So perfect if you want something that's really light but just adds that radiance. If you want something that's a little more customizable and can be built up if you need to, go for the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum. Again, it is a serum consistency, so it's going to be a lot lighter under the eyes. It's not going to look super heavy. And this one you can apply everywhere, like all over. And if you need a little bit more of a build up, then this is the perfect one for that because it does build up to a little bit more of a medium coverage if you need it to. And again, it's affordable. It's a great way to just test out the waters if you're not sure about the sheer, like, no makeup look. And then we have the mother of no makeup concealers, the Glossier Stretch Concealer. This is a fan favorite. I personally don't love it because it's a little bit too dewy, so you might love it if you enjoy looking dewy or if you have drier skin. This, again, is super sheer. It's not going to be built up to cover a lot, but it will even out, and you can apply it all over the face as well. It just depends on what you like, and if you like more of a dewy look, then I think that one looks beautiful on a lot of people. Personally, not for me though. I will say that powders are not needed. If you do your no makeup look, you don't need to powder at all. If you have oilier skin though, or you want your makeup to last longer, like you want to extend the longevity of your look, then I would recommend a powder. But I have a few over here that are gonna help you not look cakey because I know that's a common fear when it comes to powder. The first one isn't necessarily a powder. It's the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder. I have the shade Universal. You can apply this under your makeup, on top of it. And because it's not a powder, like, it's technically not a powder, it will not leave you looking cakey or powdery or anything. And there are different shades of this. So I have the universal one, but you can buy a shade that's close to your skin tone and actually use it as your base. So that could be like a 2-in-1. My go-to for literally anything is the Kosas Cloud Set Powder. I have mine in the shade Breezy. As you can see, it's been used and abused. This is beautiful because it adds longevity to your makeup. It sets what needs to be set without taking away the healthy shine that your skin naturally provides. I love it because, again, it blurs out a little bit, like it blurs out the unwanted pores, but it looks natural. It never looks cakey, and you can apply just a little bit and it works. You can add a lot more for touch-ups and it works. So it's just overall, it's my favorite. I use it for every single look. If you have more mature skin, or like you for some reason have finer lines under your eyes or whatever, and you want something a little bit more bougie, I would recommend the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. Mine is a little bit of a mess right now, but it is amazing. This is a little bit more radiant. I wouldn't say it's shimmery, but it does have a little bit more radiance to it. And it is so nice because it is very, like, you applied and it feels like you applied nothing, but you do, and it sets, and it doesn't really look like anything. It's a little bit, feels more like a silicone-y powder, but it isn't, you know, irritating, or it doesn't feel weird on your skin. It just makes sure to set everything while looking very natural. So another great one. The only con is the price point, but if you're willing to swing it, it's a really good one. For cheek products, I would say the key to making them look very natural is to have sheer formulas. So you can definitely go for a formula that is full on and sheared out and wear that, but it will always look a little bit intense. I would say if you focus on formulas that are sheer from the get-go, then it will make your life so much easier. If you want to keep it super natural, then I would recommend focusing on one element. So I'm going to be showing you like bronzer, blush, highlight. You can do all of those, obviously, if you want to, but if you want to keep it super natural, then focus only on bronzer or apply only your blush. You know, those things make the routine a lot simpler and a lot more natural, so pick and choose whatever works for you. Cream and liquid bronzers are going to be the best and the easiest. They're going to look the most natural because they mimic the skin a little bit better. Let's start with some of my recommendations. The first one is a favorite for a long time. It's the Iconic London Sheer Bronzer. I have mine in the shade Caramel Glow. This is exactly what the name suggests, a sheer bronzer. It almost looks like nothing. It's very liquidy. You can build it up but it will always look very sheer. Like, you will get pigment, but it will always look sheer. It will always have that translucency that makes it look a little bit more natural, and I love that about this one. There's a new one from Jones Road that is the gel bronzer. I have heard really great things about it. I haven't tried it, but I'm willing to bet it's kind of similar to this. It's a gel formula that looks pretty sheer, like you can build it up, but overall it will look sheer and translucent on the skin. The shade range looks a little bit sus, like it's a little bit red, so maybe if those undertones work on your skin, perfect, but maybe they will not work on everyone. Again, depends. You have to try things. Trial and error is the way to go here. And then the other one is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. I've been wanting to try this product for a really long time because, again, it is a soft sculpt product. It enhances the skin. Everything that it does, it says it on the name, and it is a sheer bronzer that will just make everything look nice and bronzy without adding a ton of color and a lot of like harshness to your skin. So I think it's another great one. From what I know, it can be pretty sheer, so it's perfect for the no makeup look. Moving on to blushes, my weakness. I love blushes. Again, going for something cream and liquid is going to be a lot easier than a powder. I feel like it will look just a lot more natural. I have a few of my favorites here that I want to talk about. The first one is the Flower Blush Balm Color Drops for Cheeks. I have the shade Nectar. I have quite a few shades, but I really, really love this because it is super creamy, and when you apply it, it looks so nice. It gives the cheeks just a hint of color. Again, you can build it up, but for starters, it will be a little more sheer and a little dewy, so it will add a little bit of that highlight as well right off the bat. And these are affordable, so really, really beautiful product. Similar to that, I have the Glossier Cloud Paint. These are kind of a dupe for this one, but they're not the same because these are more like a liquidy gel and they're matte and they last all day long. So if you want a blush that's gonna last all day, this is gonna be your best friend. There are so many shades that will work on so many different skin tones. It's so nice. It's so easy to apply. You can apply it very sheerly or you can apply it very intensely. So I like the duality of the product. A little bit goes a long way, and the price point is pretty good for what you get. These are a cult classic for a reason. They're pretty amazing. If you want something that looks insanely natural, I would go for the Youthforia BYO blush. This is a blush that kind of adjusts to your pH. So this is an oil. Not completely recommended if you're going for more of a matte satin skin look, because obviously it's going to be a little bit more intense and dewy. But I'm loving this. I cannot put it down because this adjusts to your pH, so it naturally gives you the shade of blush that your skin would produce. And that is obviously going to look the most natural. It'll look different on everyone. Again, it adds that dew and that oiliness that some people might not like. I don't mind it. I just don't use a highlighter when I use this, but it is pretty sheer. Like, you can add only a little bit and it'll look pretty sheer. Not in the sense that you're not wearing much product, but in the sense that it's like coming from within. It's blooming from your skin, if that makes sense. If you're looking for a no makeup look, if you want your makeup to look natural, this is the way to go. And then for highlighters, stay away from the highlighters that are super reflective, glittery. Those are not going to be your friends when it comes to no makeup because it's just not the vibe. It's not natural. Instead, go for something like these. These are cult favorites. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, and then I have the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. This, again, is a dupe for this one, but these, what they do is basically give you like a lit from within look. So you apply these on your cheeks and they'll give like a very natural glow. You can't see the shimmer. There is no glitter here. It's just the magic from these products. This one is obviously a lot more expensive and it is a little bit less watery. It's more viscousy. This one is like less than $10, but it is very watery. I love both of them. Couldn't pick between the two. So it depends on your budget, but they kind of do the same thing. They're very versatile, but specifically if you're doing a no makeup look, these for highlight, they'll just give you a radiance that comes from within, and people will not be able to explain where it comes from because there's no glitter, no anything, so they'll be like, her skin is fucking great. If you want more of that dewy glossiness, but you don't want any like pigment, any glitter, any shimmer, nothing, then I would recommend going for a gloss. This is a Makeup by Mario Master Secret Glow Highlighter in the shade Expensive. This is literally just a balm. It's a balm, but it's kind of sticky. So this is made to wear on top of other highlighters to make them look a little bit less powdery, incorporate them better into the skin. But this is also perfect to use on its own. I like to use this on my eyes as well, but on the cheeks, it adds that radiance, it adds that like, ooh, dewiness and that effect without adding anything else, because it's just a balm. It's not going to change anything. So if you're going the very, very natural way, this is the way to go. And then an underrated product that I think is perfect for no makeup is Freckles. I have two of my favorites right here. I have the Freck XL and then I have a Lottie London Freckle Tint. These are both amazing. I prefer the Freck one. It is a lot more expensive though, but I think Freckles make everything look more natural because they obviously come from the skin. Sometimes what I like to do is just accentuate my moles. Sometimes when you put makeup on top of them, you blur them out like they're in the background, and it can be like a dead giveaway that you're wearing makeup. But if you highlight them with something like this, so just go on your moles and highlight them, you bring them forward and it's like, oh, that's just her skin. You know what I mean? And then there's another one that just came out right now that I'm dying to get my hands on, and it's the Berry Freckle Pen from Rudy Berry. She did a collaboration with Bubble, and it's such a cool, like, she's a queen of faux freckles, and that pen makes it look so easy. So that's one that's on my list right now. But it's, if you're wanting to get something to give you fake freckles or to highlight the freckles that you already have, I think that's another great alternative. Okay, now we move on to the brows, and for the brows, you want to keep them as natural as possible. Brows can be a dead giveaway if you're doing more of a no makeup look. So if you don't want that to be the case, then I have a few products here for you. I usually recommend just doing a brow gel, you know, brow gel to shape the brows, make them look nice. I have the e.l.f. brow lift here. This is perfect if you want to laminate your brows a little. I just use it as a brow gel and it makes my brows look so nice and conditioned. It shapes them. But I have pretty thick brows. I don't feel the need to fill them in whenever I'm doing a no makeup look. If I do want to add a little bit extra to my brows, then I'll go for a tinted brow gel like the Kosas Air Brow. This is really nice because it's kind of a creamy formula, so it'll coat the brows, give them a little bit of color, it'll tame them a little bit, but it won't go crazy, it won't go everywhere, and it'll stay, like, it will make my brows stay pretty nice and natural. It won't make them look crunchy or anything. They'll just be a little bit enhanced. And if you have very, very sparse brows and you like to fill them in because you feel like you can't not, then I would recommend going for a super fine tip brow pencil to add those like little hair strokes, or something like the Glossier Brow Flick, which is a brow marker that is a sheer brow marker. And that sounds counterintuitive, but it definitely works because this is sheer, but it obviously deposits color. It's easy to use. If you fuck up, it's easy to remove, and it will add a little bit of that color and that shape and the hair strokes without looking too intense. So this is perfect if you want to add more brow hairs. Now for the eyes, I think this is an optional step. If you want to skip the eyes altogether, you definitely can. It's up to you, but if you want to enhance them, here are a few ways you can do so and a few products you can use. First things first, stick to earth tones. They're obviously going to look the most natural. You can use your cheek products on your eyes. I think that's an easy way to just do your cheeks, add some to your eyes, like add a little bit of bronzer to your eyes. Boom, you have your eyeshadow, you're good to go. Or, you know, if you just want a little bit of glossiness, as I mentioned, you can apply like the balm on your eyes or go in with your highlighter on your eyes. And I think that can be also very nice, easy, fail-safe way to enhance the eyes without adding extra products to your routine. If you do want to add extra products to your routine, I got you. Again, go for something that's earth toned. And again, I would recommend more of a creamy eyeshadow for this. My OG of life is the Nude Sticks Magnetic Matte Eye Color in Terra. This is a matte, so it'll blend really well. It will not get creasy throughout the day because these don't get creasy. And I love this shade because it's a terracotta, but it's very light. I love it. It suits me and it's on a stick, so it's just easy to draw on, blend with the fingers. You're good to go. Another one that I absolutely love is the About Face Matte Fluid Eye Paints. I have mine in the shade Smell Before Rain. They have colorful ones, but they have a lot of neutral ones ones as well. And I love this one because it is very, very light. It almost blends into my skin, but it does add a little bit of a shadow. This is more of a cream liquid, so you apply it, and again, it's very easy to blend in with your fingers or a brush. And if you want something that's a little bit more shimmery, you can totally go for something more shimmery. I would recommend the ColourPop Super Shock Shadows. They have a satin formula. They have like shimmery ones, they have mattes. I would recommend the satin formula, or a formula that isn't too shimmery intense, and that could be like your one shadow look. This is the shade Waddles, which I really enjoy. It's more of a mauve one, but as you can see, it has that sheen without having glitter. So I think if you're going for something super affordable, ColourPop has so many shades that you're bound to find something you love. Now for mascaras, again, this is optional. I do like to do mascara, so I have a few mascaras here that I use on the daily that look very, very natural. The first one is the Merit Perfect Black Lengthening Mascara. It's beautiful. It's more of a fiber mascara, and it just coats my lashes and like fans them out and gives a little bit of that oomph without clumping them up. Mascara should not be clumpy if you're doing something like a no makeup look, because obviously that will be a dead giveaway. So this one just separates the lashes, makes them fluttery. Mwah, beautiful. Glossier Lash Slick was made for the no makeup look, let's be honest. So this is probably the best bet, and it just gives your lashes, again, a little bit of that oomph. It separates them, but it doesn't give them too much volume, too much length. It just enhances your natural lashes. I have the shade of brown. If you want to enhance your lashes, but you don't want that contrast between black and like your skin, then definitely go for a brown. It will look so much softer while still adding a bit of darkness and definition to your lashes. So if you want something from the drugstore that's more affordable, I would recommend the Maybelline The Colossal Curl Bounce. This does not sound like a no makeup mascara, and it can be very voluminous and curly. But if you're looking for something that curls your lashes and separates them, one coat of this will do that, and it will like fan out your lashes in a beautiful way, and it'll make them look pretty naturally nice, you know? You can build it up and make things a little more dramatic if you want to, but you have the option of just doing a tiny bit and curling your lashes and fanning them out. So this could be like, you know, your going out mascara that looks a little more dramatic, or your everyday mascara, depending on what you want. Last but not least, we have the lips, and you want to keep the lips simple. Honestly, you can go for a sheer lip product. You can have, you know, your everyday lipstick and just dab it in a little and sheer it out. I definitely like to keep it to like lip balms. Just plain, simple lip balms. Sometimes they're tinted, sometimes they're not. But if you want something extra and you feel like your lips are a little lost in the look, you can definitely go in with a natural lip liner. I have my NYX lip pencil in the shade Nude Beige. This is pretty natural. It blends in very well with my lips, and it just gives them a little more definition. I have very, very tiny lips, so sometimes if I want to add a bit of definition to them, I will go for something like this. Or the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Endless Cacao. This one is a little bit more intense because it is a contour shade, so I would be careful with this one depending on your skin tone, obviously. Something like these two, just to add a bit of extra definition before applying your lip balm or like tinted oil, whatever. It can be a possibility if you want it to be. It's not necessary. Now let's move on to some lip tint lip balm recommendations. My number one and the most affordable, Naturium Fido Glow Lip Balm. You have so many shades of this. They just came out with new shades. This is the shade Nectar, which I love. It's peachy and perfect. And this is just a great lip balm. Like, before anything else, it is a beautiful hydrating lip balm that just adds a little bit of color depending on your skin tone, obviously, and the color that you choose. It's gonna show up differently on everyone. And I love it because it just makes the lips a little glossy, but it treats them at the same time. And it adds a hint of color, so your lips aren't lost. It's perfect, it's beautiful, and you have so many shades to choose from. If you're looking for a lip oil, something that's a little different from a balm, maybe it's a little less sticky, a little less heavy, then the Clarins lip oils, oh my god, they're amazing. They smell like heaven, honestly. This is the shade Cherry that I have, and it looks very intimidating. Okay, it is spilling out of the container. It looks very red and intimidating in the tube, but when you apply it on your lips, it's very sheer, and it will just add a little bit of that sheer color and make your lips look a little poutier, make them stand out a little bit more, but it's not gonna do anything crazy. So there are so many lip oils on the market already. This is just one that I think is great, but there are so many. You can buy the NYX ones, you can go for the Dior ones if you want to get a lot bougier, but to each their own there. And if you're looking for something that gives you a bit of a tint, but not a lot of like gloss. If you're not into that gloss life, then I recommend something like the Bloom Effects Tulip Tint. This is a lip and cheek balm, so you can also add it to your cheeks. This is the shade Petal Pink, and it is very, very pink, but as you can see, you can barely tell it's there. So it just adds a tiny, tiny bit of hint of color to your lips. And it is, I will not say it's matte, it's more of like a satin. So it is a balm, but it isn't very reflective. And that's what I love about it, because on those days when I don't want something glossy, I will go for this one, and it is very beautiful. So there are different options for everyone depending on the look that you want. The beauty of this look is that you can do anything on the lips and it'll look good. And that is all for today's video. I had so much fun. Please let me know if you did too. Let me know if you found this series helpful. I want to create more videos that are helpful to you. And this is just a series that I think is going to be fun. But if you don't enjoy it, let me know down below. If you do and you want to see more, let me know which makeup look I should do next. I just, want to create content that you guys are going to enjoy and find helpful. As always, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're into super easy and real makeup and beauty content. I upload videos every week. And I would love to see you here next week. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching. Again, hope this was helpful. Hope you loved it, and I hope to see you right here next week. Bye! Mwah.